From WRGB, the Capital District's leading news station, this is News Center 6.
Live from WRGB, the Capital District's leading news station, this is News Center 6.
From WRGB, the Capital District's leading news station, this is News Center 6 Update.
Good evening, I'm Ed Daig.
And I'm Mary Beth Wenger with news that the state government leadership.
Liz Bishop and Neil Estano. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is News Center 6 at noon. Liz Bishop, meteorologist Neil Estano. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is News Center 630. This is News Center 630 with Liz Bishop.
Good evening. Liz continues on assignment tonight.
Tatro, Tracy Egan, Jim Brennan, and John Cesarich. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is News Center 6.
Good evening. There's a Halloween masked bandit somewhere.
Tatro, Liz Bishop, Jim Brennan, and John Cesarich. Now, live, this is News Center 6, number one in the Capital District.
Good evening. This was an auspicious day for thousands of area youngsters who headed back to school.
Tatro, Tracy Egan, John Brainey on sports, and meteorologist John Cesarich. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is News Center 6. This is News Center 6, number one in the Capital District.
Good evening. Brian Burnell has the night off. Just as last weekend, once again.
Ernie Tatro, Tracy Egan, Mike Cairns, and John Cesarich. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is the News Center 6 Night Team Reports.
Good evening. For cab drivers right now.
Mary Beth Wenger, Bud Mishkin, and Peter Bernard. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is the News Center 6 Night Team Reports.
Good evening. Topping our news tonight, the tragedy of the USS Saratoga.
Ernie Tatro, Tracy Egan, sports with John Brainey, and meteorologist Neil Estano. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. This is the News Center 6 Night Team Reports.
Good evening. About an hour ago, an earthquake shook several.
Now, live, you're watching News Center 6. First at 5.
Good afternoon. Another U.S. Marine dies in Haiti, plus outrage over the O.J. and Nicole Simpson Halloween costumes.
You're watching News Center 6, First at 5, with Jack Arneke, Joanne Purton, and Liz Bishop. Now, live, the number one news in the Capital District. Marty Aarons, Liz Bishop, sports with Kyle Traska, and meteorologist Scott Stevens. This is News Center 6.
As the search goes on for Sarah, chilling new details on the prime suspect, how sources say he stalked his victims, and what he said he did to them.
Now, live, the #1 news in the Capital District. Monty Aarons, Liz Bishop, sports with Kyle Kraska, and meteorologist Neil Estado. This is News Center 6.
And good evening, everybody. It is a tragic mystery in the Bay.
Now, live, the #1 news in the Capital District. Liz Bishop, Marty Aarons, John Quinn, and meteorologist Neil Estano. This is News Center 6, 11 at 11.
And good evening, everybody. An apparent hostage situation happening right now in our region. Paul Palmer is live in the News Center with details.
Now, live, the #1 news in the Capital District. Liz Bishop, Marty Aarons, Kyle Kraska, and meteorologist Neil Estano. This is News Center 6, new at 11.
And good evening, everybody. New at 11, tickets, tow trucks.
Now, live, the #1 news in the Capital District. Joanne Burton, Jack Arnage, Kyle Kraska, and meteorologist Scott Stevens. This is News Center 6, new at 11.
Good evening. New at 11, somewhere out there on the highways.
Now, live, you're watching News Center 6, new at 11.
Good evening, everyone. Jack has the night off. New at 11, President Clinton calls it a middle...
You're watching News Center 6, new at 11, with Jack Arnage and Joanne Burton.
Of it.
Now, the #1 news in the Capital District. This is News Center 6, new at 11.
State police issue an alert to officers in...
Now, the #1 news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 5. You're watching Liz Bishop, Joanne Burton, and meteorologist Neil Estano. This is Channel 6 News at 5. Now, the #1 news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 6.
Now, the #1 news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Thousands of New York City policemen.
You're watching Jack Arnage, Liz Bishop, meteorologist Steve LaPointe, and Doug Sherman on sports. This is Channel 6 News at 6.
The luck of a local convenience store cat.
Now, the #1 news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 6:30.
Good evening. A dramatic rescue above the Hudson River today.
You're watching Mary Beth Winger and forecasts with Steve Hammonds. This is Channel 6 News at 6:30.
The Capital Region has no shortage of...
Now, the #1 news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 11.
Good evening. A call to fight racism and hatred and a...
Channel 6 News is everywhere. Shared live from most watched news station in the Capital Region. This is where you want to go. First News at 5.
Now,
Channel 6 News is everywhere. Live, the most watched news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 11.
good evening. Police are hoping tonight that tiny clues.
Channel 6 News is everywhere. Live, the most watched news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 5.
Good evening. Police in 3 countries continue the search for...
Channel 6 News is everywhere. Live, the most watched news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 6.
Good evening. A 19-year-old football player is killed after a 2-car accident.
Channel 6 News is everywhere. Live, the most watched news station in the Capital Region. This is Channel 6 News at 11.
In less than an hour, dozens of Capital Region activists will board buses bound for Washington, D.C., protesting what seems to be...
You're watching Channel 6 News live with Liz Bishop and Joe Pagliarulo. This is Channel 6 News at 11.
A Latham man is airlifted to Albany Med with head injuries following an ATV.
You're watching Channel 6 News, live with Mary Beth Wenger. This is Channel 6 News at 11.
Tornadoes spun their way throughout Minnesota and...
Breaking news, first weather, CBS 6 News.
Today marked the start of another school year in Albany, and the city's police chief says things are off to a good start. Good evening, everyone. I'm Liz Bishop.
And I'm Greg Floyd. Albany Police Chief Jim Tuffy says the first day of school.
You're watching the news on CBS 6.
All of us here at CBS 6 have really been dreading this day for months.
This is CBS 6 News, now in high definition.
And good evening once again. Thanks for staying with us for CBS 6 News at 5:30. I'm Liz Bishop.
And I'm Jerry Gretzinger. Tonight's top story.
This is CBS 6 News, now in high definition.
An annual tradition takes over the streets of Albany. Thousands come out for the 33rd Freihofer's Run for Women. Good evening, I'm Cassandra Edwards. Nearly 5,000...
Live on the Capital Region CW. The CBS 6 News 10 at 10.
Busted, a one-time state lawmaker and member of the parole board.
This is CBS 6 News in high definition.
Union wins its first NCAA hockey championship. Highlights from the game and the reaction on campus. It did lead to a few arrests. Exactly 1 month. That's how long the black box batteries lasted after the Malaysian airliner went missing.
This is CBS 6 News.
6 o'clock on your Monday morning. We have some breaking news to tell you about out of Afghanistan.
This is CBS 6 News in high definition.
We begin tonight with a weather alert. A destructive storm rolls through parts of the capital region. This is what's left behind tonight.
This is CBS 6 News.
We're following developing news tonight. Listen up. If you're a Time Warner cable customer, you're going to want to pay close attention to the following instructions.
After a holdup in the House, gun control gets a shot in the Senate.
6 o'clock, and we start with some breaking news that we've been following all morning regarding the search for the missing Wells woman, Rachel Mattice.
A major vote overseas causes chaos on Wall Street. The Dow ended 611 points down today.
Time now, 6 o'clock on your Tuesday. Good morning. We do have a weather alert for you today, so we want to send it right over to meteorologist Alyssa Caraprice.
Rain already popping up in some parts of the area. Let's find out when it really arrives in earnest. Hey, Alyssa.
Tonight, a local sheriff speaking out about the horrific death of an 8-year-old girl. The blood test results are back for the man said to be driving the boat on Lake George that struck and killed Charlotte McHugh.
CBS 6 News starts now.
A local grad makes good to the tune of almost $4 billion. How he's inspiring local teens to do the same.
A big jump in the humidity. I'll tell you how long those humid conditions are going to.
This CBS 6 Traffic Authority report is sponsored by Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti. Injured? Helping you is what we do. CBS 6 News starts now.
This morning, Schenectady detectives are investigating a death on Maplewood Avenue. This is near the corner of Van Cortlandt Street.
CBS 6 News starts now with breaking news.
A woman found dead in a Schenectady apartment. Alyssa Lee.
CBS 6 News starts now.
Just into our newsroom at 5, Schenectady police now officially investigating the mysterious death of a woman as a homicide.
CBS 6 News starts now.
City dwellers react after they learn that there's an...